What's up, Pandas? Peter von Panda here. Hey, I'm outside here. Just took delivery of the Scott's Turf Builder EdgeGuard DLX broadcast spreader. It's for taking care of your lawn, which is right here. And I just wanted to show it to you. I picked this one up because it wasn't that expensive, and wanted to get some crabgrass and weed granules down, and didn't want to spend a lot of money, but needed obviously something to do it. And this is kind of like a walk behind spreader to apply that. Now it's supposed to be good for up to 15,000 square feet. So my guess is you could probably put like a 25-pound bag of granules in here, depending on how much square footage you actually have to put down and how often. You may actually want like a tow behind spreader, which is kind of what I wanted to ultimately get, but not going to happen right now. So this is how it comes. I just took it out of the box and took off the wire zip tie that was holding it together. But what you have here is this handle that kind of lifts up here, and you have a couple of these plugs. So I'm assuming that these just hold it in. I will pull that out and lift up the handle here, and then looks like there are a couple of knobs that tighten it down in place, kind of just like a push behind lawnmower. And that's going to hold everything in place here. So it looks like that's just about the only setup you actually need to do. So there you saw it, real time, setting it up. And these can probably be tightened down a little bit more, but we won't fuss with that. Now, there are some controls on it, obviously up here. Looks like pull bar here to open up the chute. You can see it pulls that and then opens up the chute right there. Looks like you have a little agitator here that probably spins as you push it along, which it does. It kind of gets it in the hole. You also have a spreader setting right here, a dial that goes all the way down to single digits up to double digits. And so that, I think, will be effective for distributing different amounts. And then you also have this little bad boy here, EdgeGuard, off and on. Now what that does is, I have no idea. It looks like the cable pulls up here to this little EdgeGuard. So my guess is, if I go ahead and now flip the switch, this piece rotates to the back. And so basically what you're doing here is, if you are trying to keep the spray from going into, like, let's say you're doing like a broadleaf plant killer and you're near your plants, you'd want to use this EdgeGuard so that you don't spray it into your plant beds or maybe water or something like that. Otherwise it's going to just sit here in the back, because right now I've got it set to off, and then if I turn it on, it's going to do the edge guarding. Now that edge guarding is always going to be on your right side. You can see here, if I flip it up, it's always going to be preventing it from flying out this side, so just kind of keep that in mind. But pretty cool, pretty nice little thing. Obviously I don't think in most cases you'll need that on there. Obviously everything is right there. For me, being 5'8", this is the exact right height. You do have a little kickstand right there, so you can set it up while you're filling it, or you don't have to worry about it falling over. Everything on this looks like kind of like ABS plastic. These look like either painted or powder coated metal bars, but they're hollow. You do have a grippy kind of rubberized handle up here, but everything else, aside from the wires here, you've got the plastic plunger, plastic dial, plastic switches up here, obviously a big plastic basin. The door right there is plastic little agitator. If we look down here on the bottom, the kickstand right there is metal, but even the wheels, as you can see here, are all plastic. And that's obviously, you've got kind of this gear here that spins the spinner, but this little spinner is plastic. Everything is plastic. And then if you look kind of closely at the spinner, you can see it's of a square shaped tray, a little bit of a kick up here to kind of give some things some altitude as it's spinning, and then you have fins of varying heights there to kind of throw everything around. But you know, just should work pretty well. But I just kind of wanted to point out, I know a lot of people talk about the reliability of these things, especially when they're plastic. So if you don't want something plastic, then this isn't the one for you. But now the real key is, how does it work, which we will find out. But in terms of a quick overview of what you get from the Scott's Turf Builder EdgeGuard DLX, that's what it is. Peter von Panda, out.